They are three little words that are sometimes so hard to say. I need help.
And our next guest says learning to say them could change your life. Therapist Julie Hanks joins us. Why is it so hard for people to ask for help?
We like to pretend we have it all together. We like to pretend that we are always strong and self-sufficient. And it's a lie. No one is. No one is.
It's a lie. We're afraid of, I guess, what other people think then ties into that idea.
Right. We're afraid of people perceiving that we're weak.
Yeah.
We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid other people will think less of us. Or maybe we're imperfect. No.
Shocker.
And you know what? It's really interesting that we all kind of have this. 91% of women that I've surveyed would rather give help than receive it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, why are we so afraid?
Which is such an interesting statistic to consider, because you've got all these women out there wanting to help, yet
and no one's
one's
willing
asking
to
for help.
accept it. Right. I mean, we have to be on our deathbeds before we ask for help. But it doesn't have to get that dramatic.
Yeah.
We can do better.
You say we need to get over that and just do that. Why should we ask for help?
You know what? Because everyone has limitations. And we need each other. One of my favorite quotes is by actress Lena Horne. She says, "It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it." And everybody has a heavy burden of some kind or another at some point in our lives. And we have relationships to help us through those times. And I remember working with a client who was very hesitant to ask for help. And I kind of helped her understand that was because she grew up feeling like she had to rescue her family. She had to be the strong one. But I'm like, you're a grown up. You don't have to rescue the world anymore. You can ask for help.
What about this idea of independence? It's touted as a good thing to be independent and to stand alone. You say that can often get in the way of this whole idea.
Well, complete independence is a myth. Really, the goal is healthy interdependence. We are wired as humans to connect with other people. We would die without other relationships. And so to think that we're independent it's not true. But how do we negotiate that give and take, that offering help and being able to receive help? That's what's important. It's interdependent. I can't do life by myself, and neither can you.
You know, I'll tell you one of the reasons I don't like to ask for help is I feel like I'm going to burden somebody else. I'm going to be putting them out. If I ask them, they have to rearrange their schedule. They have to do something for me, and I feel awkward doing that.
Yeah. But it actually shows that you trust them, and it builds a bond for you to go to someone else and say, I trust you enough to share my vulnerability. Now think about, as I was preparing for this, I thought about holding my newborn children for the first time. There's no creature is as vulnerable as a human infant at that moment. Part of the love that parents feel is they're vulnerable and they're willing to ask for help. They say, I need you. They're crying, I'm hungry. That's part of building bonds. And when we don't ask for help in our relationships, we're missing out on building connections with other people that mean a lot to us.
I don't know what's harder, asking for help or accepting help when it's offered to you. I think for women, that's a big deal. I mean, so often a neighbor or a friend will say, what can I do for you? Oh, I'm fine, I'm good, thank you so much. They're essentially offering to help. So why is accepting that so difficult?
Well, I think we forget that accepting it is actually a gift. You know, we think, oh, we're going to put them out, like you were saying, Darren. Oh, I don't want to put them out. But think about a time when you have given help and someone has graciously received it and said, thank you so much. What a blessing you are in my life. It's a gift for you to feel like you can make a difference.
It's a validator.
Right. And we all want to make a difference for other people. And so to have someone say, oh, thank you so much, that meant so much. So being a gracious recipient really helps the other person too. Not just helps you, but it's a gift to the giver.
Okay, you've convinced us over the last couple of minutes that we need to ask. What happens if we ask and the person says no?
Ouch, right? That's one of the biggest fears when people ask for help is, well, what if they say no? So I say, well, what if they do? No is not a personal rejection. It's the other person saying, I have limitations. I'm not able to offer this right now. But why do we take it personally? It's not about that. It's just saying, I'm not able to right now.
So separating yourself from the emotion of it will help kind of just move on.
Right, asking for help. No, I can't do that for you. That's not saying, no, you're not worthy as a person. I reject you as a human.
Yeah.
Right, right. But somehow we collapse those into the same thing. And really looking at, what am I making this no mean? If I say, hey, could you help with the kids? And they say, oh, I'm not available. Well, could that just mean they're not available?
Yeah.
And not that they don't like me, or I'm a horrible person, or I'm burdening them.
It's not about us. It's not about us all the time we're doing that.
Believe it or not.
Julie's got some great information, and she's posted all of her tips on our website, studio5.ksl.com.